Hi, Natalie. How are you doing?
Hi, Gabi. I'm doing great. It was a good week. Like I I spent some time with Ronan
Okay, tell
after
me about it.
yes, it was really nice. He came down here because we have a distance relationship. You know that he lives in the same
Yeah.
city that my parents do. And he came here and it was very nice. We had a nice time together. Um,
How did it feel being with him?
it's weird because the thing is, the way that I used to open up with Leo. I hate
Mm-hmm.
comparing the two of them, but the way that I used to open up with Leo about my wounds, about my past, I cannot do it with Ronan, and that's not because I don't trust him. It's just that I don't know. I don't want to jump and because it feels like it's going to be real as soon as he gets to know my pain. And at the same time, I feel like I don't want to scare him off. And but at the same time I don't want him to get this close. Do you understand what
Uh,
I'm saying?
all right, let's take a step back. Why would he be scared?
Because it's too much. Because that's what scared Leo in the first place.
Okay, so you're scared that you might be too much because Leo told you that it was too much for him.
Yes. He didn't said that. He didn't say that. Just like he step out. Like when I once I started to get real, once the shit started to get real, he step out. Like, I remember when I was having a mental breakdown last year and we were still together, he just he disappeared from my life when I needed him the most. And
Yeah.
you know that I've been having the mental breakdowns in the past 2 weeks, and I never told Ronald. And um, so when I'm with him, it feels like I'm numb because I don't allow myself to feel bad. So it feels like, is it good or am I just not letting myself feel? You understand? Like
Mm-hmm.
Leo didn't have never said that he stepped out because of that.
Mm-hmm. He never admitted it, so
Yes,
you had to assume it. You had to search for a meaning.
with him it was always like that. Mm, I had to give to label things because he never did that for me. And with
Okay.
Ronan this weekend, he already talked about wedding and like no, it was too
Okay,
much.
so it feels like there are two big feelings here. There's a part of you that's really happy because you get to talk about weddings, which is
Mhm.
a strong sign of commitment.
Yeah.
But also, it's scary to talk about commitment because in the past, you thought that you could trust someone and then they disappeared. So, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I want to dive into something. When you think about that version of yourself, when you think about the time that you had a mental breakdown and you trusted your ex to be there for you, how were you thinking about yourself back then?
Sorry, the internet cut it.
Oh, it's okay.
Mhm.
How are you thinking about yourself? Uh, how would you describe that version of yourself that was having a mental breakdown and that reached out to Ronan and reached out to Leo?
So I would say that I felt like I didn't deserve Leo to be there for me. I felt like I was alone and I had to do it on my own. And so I kind of learned that pattern.
Okay, so it felt like you deserved to be alone.
Yes, that I had to. Nobody is obligated. Nobody is like I cannot demand this from someone else, from someone that I love. Like to take care of me. I have to do it. To do
Okay,
it.
um, what do you think is going through their minds if they have to take care of you? They might be Leo, might be Ronan, might be someone you love. How how do you expect someone to feel when they have to take care of you?
Like I'm. and taking advantage of them. Like, okay, now you like me, you have to deal with my shit.
All right. I'd like to picture something different. Did Ron ever tell you something that was painful to him, that made him feel vulnerable?
Yes, he did. Like, his mother died last
Mm-hmm.
year, and well, she was the most important part of his family because his dad wasn't always present. So now he is. After
Mm-hmm.
his mother got sick, he came back. She died from cancer, and like he tells that it was really hard for him to, of course, deal with the to mourn his mother, but it was also hard to reconnect with his dad. That was actually that had actually changed, but it
Mm-hmm.
was hard for him to reconnect because he couldn't allow himself to love that man
Mm-hmm.
that gave up on them when they were really young, he and his brother. And like he was crying because he felt like he was ungrateful and something like that. And like, well, I was just there for him. I didn't have much to say because that's an experience that I have never been through. But
Okay.
I was there for him.
All right. How does it feel in your body as you tell me this, as you tell me his story?
I feel like there are two feelings actually, because at the same time that I feel like something is smashing my heart because it's a painful story, I feel happy that I could be there for him and that he felt open to say that for me. Like,
Okay. And that sounds like a very human experience. It might be hard to listen to some painful stories. That makes sense. He's someone that you care deeply about. So you don't want to see him suffering in any way. But it still feels nice to know that you get to be there for him.
yes,
And I do believe that this is an experience that other people might have when they are around you. It might be hard for them to listen to how much pain you've gone through because they care about you. You told me that being there for him came from a place of caring about him. So, yeah, it might be hard for someone else to listen to all of your stories, but it also might be an honor to be the person that you get to open up to.
I guess so.
So, I am so sorry that your ex made you feel like you were too much, but that's his perspective.
Yes.
That that's not that's not the reality. That's his opinion, that's his judgment.
Hmm.
He gets to have that. But it
Yes.
doesn't mean that it's compatible with your reality or the way that you're perceived by other people.
Yeah, it makes sense. Um, he's currently dating someone else. And it should like I am also dating someone else, but feels like I still want to be chosen by him. And that's the reason
Mm-hmm.
why I don't let myself jump into this relationship with someone that actually cared about me. And I hate that he still have this power over me.
Okay. Tell me about this feeling that he has some power over you.
It feels like everything that I think about doing, like my career. I am finishing grad school and I'm thinking about, I don't know, I am lost about that. But the thing is, every choice that I want to make, I think will 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 Leo be there to applaud? Will him be there to will he regret his decision to choose someone else? Because look at me, I'm successful. Look at me, I feel like I'm constantly trying to win him again. I feel guilty because there is Ronnie.
Okay. So as we think about why you'd like to get his attention, I feel like it's important for you to be perceived, to be noticed, to make someone proud. And I can understand that Leo was this person for you for a long time. Even though he couldn't be this person, he couldn't commit to being this person.
Mm.
You trusted him to be the one who would be there for you. But it's perfectly fine that you'd like to be perceived. It's perfectly fine that you feel upset because you just didn't get what you needed.
Yeah.
So I like to think of it a little bit differently because I don't feel like that's necessarily power over you. It feels like grieving.
Hmm.
How does it feel when you tell me that he's with someone else and you might be getting some amazing moments in your life and he might not be there? What crosses your mind when we talk about it?
I feel like I'm not enough. Like she is enough, not me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a wound. It
Yeah.
hurts you to think that you might not be enough for someone that you cared so deeply.
Yeah.
Okay, if a friend of yours um, were going through something similar, as in they were in pain because they were reaching so many milestones in their lives, but they still wanted the attention from someone that just let them go. What would you tell that friend?
Well, that it's the fact that they walk out of our life doesn't mean that you're not enough. It just mean that you he he couldn't commit, or actually he could commit because he was someone else, but you guys weren't compatible, and so it's not about you. It's about not just him too. It's about like the two of us. It didn't work out, but it doesn't mean that you're not enough. It doesn't mean that you can not find someone who will actually work. Um, I think I'd say that, even though I don't actually believe that's true, because to be honest, like I think what connected the fact that the first fact that I told you about not feeling is that I will always feel like I'm not enough because he didn't validate validated my pain when I was going through it. He didn't validate. He's not here to validate my the things that I will reach. And so it feels like, oh, I wouldn't believe if I told that to a friend, because
Okay,
deep inside I would say, yes, you weren't enough for him. Of course, that I wouldn't actually say that or believe that a friend of mine is not enough for any man in the world, because I believe they are the best. But you understand what I'm saying?
okay. So it's harder to believe it than to say it's someone else.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. So tell me about a moment in which you actually felt like you were properly taken care of by anyone in your life.
Well, I was having a mental breakdown last year, and I had a fight with my parents. Not a fight, but they made me feel really bad, and I thought about ending up like my life. And I was crying, and I was, well, and my roommate came down to my room, and she started talking to me, and she said one thing: you've been carrying a lot of pain that you cannot carry on yourself. And after that, I started to find for help, like you and my psychiatry, and then that was really important. So I really felt taken care of.
Okay. So how does that feel in your body when you feel that someone could take care of you? how is that feeling? If you give it a color, if you give it a size, if you give it a temperature, tell me about this feeling.
It would be purple because it's my comfort color. Like every single thing of mine is purple. My hoodie is purple. My
Mm-hmm.
backpack's purple.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be purple because it's very comfortable color, and it could be a feeling. It'd be like, you know that feeling when you wake up early and the first sunshine, the first sun goes into your skin, like while you're taking your favorite coffee in your favorite mug.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it feels like. It felt like, wow, I don't have to do it alone.
Okay. So you do know this feeling. You get to describe it, you get to feel it in your body. You know what it feels like to be safe. Is it different? Is it similar to how you feel when you're with Ronan?
It's similar. I feel like at the same time, do you know, have you ever watched Twilight?
Yes.
The second movie, like in
Okay.
Bella's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
she is really happy, but her face is like something is going wrong, like,
Yeah.
and it feels like that. I'm incredibly happy, like I'm having the brightest moment of my life, but I feel somehow uncomfortable with something. And that's how I feel with it. Like, feels like
Mm-hmm.
I am safe, but I don't know, like there are monsters hidden somewhere.
Okay. Do you feel like you have the ability to judge if a situation is safe or not? Do you doubt this ability of yours?
Well, after Leo, everything feels unstable in my life, honestly.
Okay. So you still need to be confident that you're actually good at judging situations. You're actually capable of judging if a situation is safe or not.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay. That's going to take some time. And it's okay, but remind yourself as you feel safe, as you know, as you feel this feeling in your body, as you get to feel like you're actually being taken care of, get in touch with this feeling. Allow it to be there, even though it might feel so unfamiliar. Just give it some space. Allow yourself to be there because it feels like the mind is always switching from the past and now it's going to the future and then it's coming to the present and then it's going to the past and it's just a looping. It's endless.
Mhm.
And as we fear that something might go wrong, we might just dive into some really hard memories because we fear that something might go wrong and then we don't get in touch with the present anymore.
Mhm.
When you were with Leo, did you get to feel this purple, warm, favorite coffee in a favorite mug feeling? Was it different?
It was completely different. Probably at first, okay, every time it was nights, sleepless nights, where before we kissed the first time, it was like searching for the little moments where he could be feeling the same thing. And when I finally had the guts to say to him what I was feeling, he said, "No, that's not how I'm feeling." But then the other week we were together again, and he kissed me, and I was like, "What?" And then it was always like it was really exciting because I didn't know what to expect, but it was a roller coaster, and I do love roller coasters. That's the thing. That's the best part about me. That's um
Why is it a bad part?
well because it's not safe.
Okay. I can understand that you might not feel safe knowing that you enjoy roller coasters, but it's not a problem that you like roller coasters. You just have to be conscious about deciding when you want to feel like a roller coaster or not. If you want to feel like a roller coaster, okay, you might go to a theme park. That could be fun. You can schedule bungee jumping. I don't know. It's okay to enjoy adrenaline. And that's something that might help you thrive because you get to be bold. You might go for a job that's really hard, but you're still applying anyway. You're sending your resume. You're doing it. You're not scared of the adrenaline. There are so many good parts of it. However, it might not be the way that you want to feel in a relationship, and that's okay. What's the partner that you would like to be in a romantic relationship?
The part where you know that song Dear John?
Yes. Yes.
It's like I didn't know what version I'm gonna get him on the phone tonight.
Yes.
And like the song, like his cards are, this is foolish one. My cards are on the table and his is on his hand. So it feels like he's so unavailable, so not there, so like covering his cards, that if I am chosen by him, then it means like I really want something good. Like it's something that was really meaningful and like, oh, he chosen me. Like he wasn't even looking for a relationship right now, but then there was me. I changed his mind. You know that 2000s rom-com stories, like why the football player who used to go out with all the girlies and then he found the one, and I'm gonna be the one, you know?
Okay. How would it feel to be the chosen one?
Feels like great, honestly.
Okay. Can you give me some more words?
I was thinking like when I said great, I actually was thinking like, well, it feels like I'm always going to have to prove that I am actually the one. So it feels like exhausting at the same time.
Okay. So at first you might feel exhilarating, as in, yes, I get to be the one.
Yeah.
But it might be exhausting to be exhilarated all of the time.
Yes, totally.
Okay. Is it worth it for you? I mean, we get to commit to things that we want in life. So if this is the feeling that you're looking for, you're looking for exhilaration and being really excited in your relationship, that could be a choice. Is that your priority in the relationship?
I want to say no, but it feels like I'm having this experience with a common relationship, and it's still not fulfilling. Not in the same way as it was with Leo, but when I was with Leo, I was in crisis. I was panicking, and I was having panic attacks after a long time without having it, because I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating well, because I was always constantly it wasn't butterflies inside, it was bee, like, you know, in my stomach, and they were consuming me in a way that wasn't just dangerous, it was killing me.
Okay, so these are some experiences that you're not willing to live through.
Yeah, even though it was something that was important back there, because it feels like I was alive.
Okay, so it's important for you to feel alive. What are some other things that make you feel alive?
Spending time with my friends, for sure.
Okay.
Like, because we have this thing that we play, that we are like, this is a TV show, and we are like a sitcom, like the three of us that live here in my house. And it's very fun when we start talking as if we were the main characters, and then we judge ourselves to be really important, don't we? Like, we are not. We know that. It's fun. Writing is also something
Mm-hmm.
that makes me feel alive. But at the same time, I feel like I need that that kind of relationship that I had with Leo to be creative. And well, I love spending time with my sorry for the sound. Oh, oh, watching Marvel movies. I actually love it. It actually makes me feel alive.
Okay, so there are plenty of ways to feel alive. There are so many things that make you feel alive.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to give that up. You don't have to give up feeling alive in order to be safe. You get to feel alive in so many ways. That's one information.
And one more thing that I want to add is that I when I was talking to you, I remember that I can do all of these things with Ronan, and I couldn't with Leo because he didn't like my friends. He didn't like Marvel movies. He didn't like these conspiracy theories that I created. Just like we are all on the TV show, he didn't like that because it wasn't that fun. And he didn't even like the memes that I sent to him. He didn't like anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
but now Ronan does like it, and when he doesn't, he he says that he validates the fact that I like it. So,
Okay.
I think,
Does it feel nice?
yeah, it does.
Would you say that maybe these are some priorities nowadays? When you think about a relationship, it is a priority that this person gets to hang out with your friends and share some common interests or at least validate your interests.
Sure.
Okay. That's a decision you get to make. It's okay to make this kind of decision. You know what you want, right? But I've asked you a question and you have not answered. I have asked you what's the kind of partner that you would like to be. Because when you tell me that you don't know which version of your ex you would get on the phone, I believe that it might have been hard to know how you were supposed to act.
Okay.
Okay. So I believe maybe you had one, two, three characters trying to be the perfect girlfriend.
Yeah.
If you could just give up having a character of the perfect girlfriend, how would you describe the girlfriend that you would like to be?
Well, I'd say that I'd like to be the girlfriend who is there for his boyfriend. Like, I'm the kind of person who, if you're my friend, and you say, I want to be a magician, I will buy you like a magic kit. I have already done that to a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be that kind of girlfriend that jumps into, oh, do you know that movie, The Greatest Showman?
Yes, it's amazing.
And the first song, the Peter Board, is that his name? I think it is. His wife, he sings a song like saying, "I close my eyes to see the world that you created." Like that's what
Yeah.
I'm going to do. Like I'm going to close my eyes and try to picture it, and I'm going to support you. And I also want to be the kind of girlfriend who I don't know, like spending time with you, just like that. Just it's easy and like we go to different restaurants. That was something that Leo hated because he didn't like to spend his precious money. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and like running, we are not rich. We are uni students, so we don't kind of have that money to go to different
Mm-hmm.
restaurants. But we like going. We like talking about it at least. We like separating restaurants from each Brazilian city that we want to go because we want to make a tour in Brazil and after in the other continents.
Okay.
We want to travel together. Um,
Okay.
and I think that's something that I couldn't with Leo. So I guess that's the kind of person that I want to be. Like, and honestly, there is a part of me that's not very like fairy tale, is that I want to be the best girlfriend. If you ever break up with me, you're gonna regret your entire life. And I know that's not very, very nice to say, but that's something that I actually think.
Okay. When we talk about our values in relationships, we go for adjectives. So I would say that your description was a description of a girlfriend who is supportive, present, adventurous. So that sounds nice. That sounds fun. And when you tell me that you want to be the best girlfriend ever, you can never leave me, that's not exactly a value. That feels like a rule, like you have to be perfect. So we're not going to dive into that right now, but I just wanted to make this distinction because when we talk about values, we talk about something that we get to be right now. So you might be adventurous by, I don't know, going to a different part of your city together. So just taking the bus and going somewhere new. Or you could be traveling for 3 months really far from home.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. You're still in the same direction. You want to be adventurous together. Okay? So you get to do that in the present. And if you need this validation from someone else, as in, oh yes, you are the perfect girlfriend, now I can never leave you, that's not something that's really up to you. But I noticed something, and I'm just gonna ask you a question first. Um, do you get to feel proud of this version when you feel like you're being an active, present, um, adventurous girlfriend, supportive girlfriend? Does that make you proud?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say that you got to be that version of yourself with Leo? Would you say that you get to be this version of yourself with Ronan? Did you get to be that person with both of them? None of them.
I feel like I'm getting started. I'm getting to be this person with Leo, with Ronan, and with Leo. I used to try to be like this, but when I saw that it wasn't enough, actually, there was this day that I knew that he liked to be adventurous just like I did. And then I said, oh, I also like that. And he said, I also like staying home too, like as if cutting my wings, like, okay,
Yeah.
we're similar, but not that similar. I was like, okay. Oh, I also like solitude at all also. I also like staying at home. Like I was like I was not I didn't know what he expected me to be. And well, I think I'm starting to be that person with Ronan. With Leo, I tried, but I
Hmm.
couldn't quite be.
Okay. It's hugely fulfilling when we get to be the person that we want to be for ourselves, honestly, because um, it's too much of an effort to be someone who doesn't even make you proud to be. But when you when you put in effort and dedication and time to be someone that you actually want to be, it's usually more fulfilling because even if the other person doesn't value it as much, you're being honest to who you want to be. And it feels like you didn't get that opportunity before, but now you might have this opportunity. So even though you might not be the one for your whole lifetime, Verona, and even if you don't get the happily ever after forever, you're still being honest to yourself right now.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that you're not going to be endgame. That might be the case, it's just out of our control right now. But the thing that I noticed is that as you were telling me about the partner that you would like to be, you were smiling so much and telling me things about Ronan, about the things that you'd like to do. And that's desire, that's hope. These are some nice things for you.
Yeah,
Does it feel good to have hope? Is it scary?
it is unfamiliar, but it's good.
Okay. I think this is a nice step. I feel like a while ago you might tell me that it would be scary to be hopeful. Right
Mhm.
now it's just unfamiliar. You're allowing yourself to be in touch with it. And this is really nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about how how are you feeling in your body right now? What's crossing your mind? We've gone through a lot of things today.
Well, when I started, I was talking to you about the weekend that I had with running and
Hmm.
how scary it was. And now I realized that it was just scary because it was easy. It was good. And he left yesterday, and well, I didn't feel like I felt with Leo. Like I we have to be close to each other because if we are not close, like physically speaking, he's going to give up on me. No. And then when Raman went back to his place, to his home, I didn't feel like that. I felt my mind. I thought like I don't like him enough because I'm not feeling like I have to be with him physically all the time. And
Hmm.
that's not true. It's just it's a healthy relationship that we are having. Like and how I feel better than I felt when I first started telling you about the weekend.
Hey, I'm glad to hear it. And I just want to add one more thing. You told me that back when you were with Leo, you had to make such an effort. You had to prove that you would be the one all of the time. And I think it's understandable that you felt like your value was, I don't know, was related to the amount of effort you would do. Because
Mhm.
that's how the dynamic worked back then. If you were doing so much effort, then you would be valued. So it feels unsafe to not have to do as much effort.
Yeah,
But you also told me that you get to be proud of the version of you that you're being with Ronan. So I just want you to sit with that for a while, think it through over the week. Um, if you get to be proud of this version of you, I do believe it might have value. I don't believe you would be proud if you were telling me, "Oh, I killed his dog." Yeah. So it might be something nice because that makes you feel proud.
yeah,
But it's just a different way to be a great girlfriend, not by doing so much effort that it consumed you, but by being the version of yourself that makes sense to you. And it's a match because they actually get to see it as something that makes sense to them too.
yeah.
I am so happy that you get to live through all of it and you get to experience something different.
I'm happy too.
Hey, Nataly, if you need anything, you can text me. We'll see each other next week. All right?
And see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.